and girls and everyone in between. It is your boy, me, with the Prince, which means it's the Prince and Me podcast. Are you? Hey, are you fucking sleeping again? Are you fucking sleeping again? Hey, buddy, come on.
I was in an intense dream about Wawa sandwiches.
This guy falls asleep when I leave to do the podcast on that chair, and then I come back. He's in the same exact position like that. I break in to do the podcast, honestly.
You break into my house?
Well, I'm here.
You don't live here? This isn't your room?
No, this isn't my room. Even though I would love it to be. This is your house.
Who the fuck is in my house? Maybe it's my room.
I don't know whose room it is. All I know is I have to break a new window every single time. You guys are pretty quick with fucking fixing the windows. He literally only lives and exists in the circumference of when you see him on the podcast. You see that? Those eyes drifting left and right. It's like he's out of it. But hey, buddy, how you doing? You had a good dream about Wawa's? I don't know what the fuck Wawa's is, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. You don't know what Wawa is because you got left at a Sheets on fucking last Saturday or Sunday.
That was what? Well, now you brought it up. I might as well tell some trips about my trip to fucking Tennessee. I was visibly kind of shaken to go to Tennessee to begin with because I was told, hey, there's a lot of homophobia there. They're not going to like you because you wear a crop top and you cross-dress and you put makeup on and someone's going to, harass you and they're going to boo the shit out of you. Lo and behold, I get there and everyone there is actually really accepting and really nice. I came out with a crop top and people still fucking cheered me. So, no, but what happened was there's two things that happened. The Sheets. I go inside a Sheets to fucking charge my fucking charge my phone. And they're like, the people I drive with are like, okay, just charge your phone and be right back. Just come out. And I'm like, okay, cool. 20 minutes passed because I'm like, hey, I'm a fucking asshole. This is a 14-hour trip. I want to have a fully charged phone, so I'll sit here for as long as I want. They call me and let me know, hey, man, we're like 20 minutes out. We completely did not even notice that you were not in the fucking car. And I'm like, you're bullshitting me. Like, no, man, we're about to do a legal UE. Come on, to make the legal UE. And they just try and trick me into letting me know that they forgot me when in all reality they were behind the Sheets for another 20 minutes to make it more realistic, adding to the time to get back home.
Oh, they didn't really go down the road.
They did not really go down the road for as long as they told me this is a weird 50-50 because sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, we did leave you. But other times like, oh, no, it was a prank. So it's like, I'm going to believe that it was just a prank because they're good people. But at first...
See, what I thought it was it was a prank, but they really left you.
No. See, what makes it even more fucked up is like now it was a 50-50 in my head of this is definitely a prank. They would never forget me. But the other half was, oh, shit, did they really fucking forget me? Am I that fucking forgettable? So my feelings were hurt a little bit. But also, I have another story. Just for the fucking trip to Tennessee. On the way there, before we even get to the first place that we're about to wrestle at, me and the 5 guys I come with go and fucking take a picture in front of the Ohio sign. We're fucking chilling. We're getting back in the car. Me and my friend Zach, we're outside of the car. I see this guy circling around Zach, kind of looking him up, and I'm like, all right, I might as well stay out here with Zach in case Zach needs backup. Mind you, Zach is 4 times my size.
Zach is 6'9".
Yes, he is 6'9" and can handle himself well, but still he's my friend. So I was like, okay, I'll stay out here just in case.
Shout out Zach.
Shout out to Zach. A big old McCrank. I'm like, okay, let's get back in the car. And then the guy that's circling around and fucking stops us. And it's like, hey, I don't know if you two know what you're doing, but you two are killing innocent fucking people. And we're like, utter fucking, like, what the fuck? And then he proceeds to repeat the same thing 5 more fucking times, saying that, hey, yo, I know you two don't know what you're doing, but you're killing innocent fucking people. And then we're so confused. After like the 5th time, I have to say, hey, sir, can you elaborate? Can you tell us how we're killing people? And he's like, you guys already fucking know. You guys already know. And if you don't know, 5 years from now, you're going to fucking look back on this day and be like, damn, he was right. We're actually killing innocent people. And then proceeds to fucking say, you guys are killing innocent people over and over again. Now, he's saying it in a coherent manner, which makes it even worse. It's not like he comes across as like a cracked out person on the outside. It's like he's coherent, but he's just like fucking pissed off, looking for a fight, whether it be verbally or physically. So I start getting in the car, and Zach's still trying to talk. I'm like, get in the fucking car, get in the car. We drive away, the guy's chasing after the car. So that was my first fucking taste of fucking Ohio. And mind you,
that's the first time you've ever been to Ohio.
That's the first time I've ever been to Ohio. 14 fucking hour trip to Tennessee. Tennessee, I got to actually take a nice trip down Elvis Presley fucking lane. And that was really fucking nice. It was just a lot of gay jokes. And that's where I'll leave that, because if I go any more into that, I'll get too much.
Yeah. This weekend, Double or Nothing.
Double or fucking Nothing. We're gonna be having a fucking this one isn't actually that important. We have fucking like 8 matches on the card announced. 8 matches is good for a pay-per-view, but then again, within the next 2 days, they could fucking immediately call like 5 or 6 more matches.
Because AEW.
Actually, now we know of 9 because we know the triple threat for the FTW title.
So there is 9 matches.
So let's go over the one we don't have up against us right now. We have Chris Jericho versus Hook versus
Katsuyori Shibata
for the FTW title, which only 2 of these people make sense in the match. But then again, having the third guy, I can't say his name. I'm not gonna lie, I can't pronounce the fucking name, but I know he's a good wrestler. Shibata. Having him in the match probably is just to add intrigue to it.
It's because no one cares.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a few promos with Chris Jericho's new character, and I kind of like it a little bit. It's kind of funny.
I haven't paid attention at all.
It's more so just like, hey, young kids, I'm Chris Jericho. But he's overplaying it really. He's doing it really fucking good, but he's overplaying the dad trying to fit in.
It's actually funny. It just looked like you were...
Okay, awesome. Well, that's not what I was going for, you fucking indecent-minded individual.
You wanted to say something so worse, but...
Yeah, I did, but I want to keep it, PG for the kids. But... Did you fucking hit your head on the table?
Anyways...
clearly Chris Jericho's going over in that match.
Goes over.
Because he's the only heel and there's 2 faces, so it's like if they team up on him and beat him, it's starting to look fucking bad.
Next, we have Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta,
which actually has a storyline attached to it, which I kind of enjoyed a little bit, mostly because it's 2 AEW originals, and
Is it safe to say it's actually the best storyline going into this fucking show?
I would say so. Genuinely, I would say so. Because it is a team that broke up, and they've been teasing a breakup for a long-ass fucking time. They're 2 AEW originals, and they had a really good fucking segment at Daily's Place, where AEW was known for having its home at. They had a fucking segment where, like, Trent Beretta drags Orange Cassidy out into the middle of the ring. Chuck Taylor comes out, and then Trent's like, give me a hug over his fucking dead body. And then... Chuck Taylor is basically like, I always thought you were a fucking asshole, and hits him with a mic, I think. So I had that decently. Though I don't really see, unless Trent goes over, like that's the only way to get anything beneficial.
Trent should go over.
Trent really should.
Trent needs it more than OC.
Yeah, because OC has I'm not sure. I haven't seen his record recently, but Orange Cassidy has an ungodly fucking win-loss record.
Oh, yeah. That international title run was...
For his fucking win-loss record, it did wonders. So if they don't have Trent go over in this, it's kind of like the heel turn made no fucking sense. So, yeah, no, I would have Trent going over in this. And I think it should be a good match, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for this one. Next, AEW Women's World Title. Timeless Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb.
Which had a storyline that I watched clips of, and it just did not fucking care. I did not fucking care. They tried playing off Serena Deeb as the face of this, and then Toni Storm as the heel, and it's like, why in wrestling can good guys not be a little bit of an asshole? That's what Toni Storm is. Her character's a little bit of an asshole, but she's still a fucking face. And the crowd is fully behind her, and I feel like the only hesitance to not turn her face is because they don't want to dampen the character, but that should not be the case for the character. You're having these fucking matches that are bad. The last one, I forget, who was it? Who was the last one with? Was it fucking was it Jamie Hayter? No, it was someone else. Toni Storm versus one of her past friends.
She faced
Thunder Rosa, but I really didn't care about that match either.
There was another one. I can't remember.
It was the one before that where she was facing off against an old friend, and I watched it, and it was Toni Storm playing the heel and the other friend playing the good guy, and it didn't work because the end of the match was Toni Storm cheating to win and the crowd being fucking confused.
But happy because we like Toni Storm.
But there was a hesitance because, like, oh wait, should we be cheering? It's like it's this tweener thing does not fucking work, and it's been apparent for like pay-per-view after pay-per-view that it doesn't work in the context of a match, and yet they still have Serena Deeb come out and play the good guy, even though Serena Deeb could play a really good bad guy. With that being said, these are two more than capable workers. I trust in them to have a good match, but with the setup of Toni Storm being a fucking heel in a fucking arena where the crowd is chanting her, it's going to make the match naturally fucking awkward. So,
next, IWGP World Heavyweight Title Eliminator. Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita.
This is an eliminator match?
If Takeshita wins, he gets a shot at Mox's title. So I see Takeshita going over, and then I think Takeshita gets the title shot in New Japan.
Okay, all right, okay. I was about to say, if this is I know this was an AEW title. It was not an AEW title. If it was for an AEW title, it was an eliminator match, that'd be the kind of shits. But with this, it gives Konosuke Takeshita another big win on a main stage.
Yeah, if Moxley can take it.
Yeah, and also because Moxley rarely fucking loses.
Right.
So if Takeshita beats him, they're doing everything in their power to push Takeshita and doubling down on it.
Didn't Takeshita beat Kenny Omega too last year?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Did he beat Will Ospreay?
No, Ospreay is undefeated in AEW.
Okay, got you. All right, got you. But he beat Kenny Omega, so that was a big deal.
Yeah, he beat Kenny Omega.
Yeah. So that's, and also on top of that, Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita is also already going to be a really good match as is.
Yeah.
I'm glad they could have this inter-promotional thing where, like, they're having to. I just like the New Japan inter-promotional shit.
It's going to be a hard-hitting match.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like, with New Japan titles, when on AEW fucking television, they feel way more special than, like, an ROH title on television.
Especially because ROH and AEW are kind of the same company.
They're the same company, and ROH is essentially AEW's bitch.
Yeah. Next, for the TNT title, a barbed wire steel cage match. Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black. This is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I am excited for this. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the cage. Like, I'm not huge on cage matches. And I feel like these two would have a better match like regular, but it would still be good.
But I've never seen a barbed wire steel cage.
They're just going to put barbed wire over the top. So
I thought the actual cage was going to be made out of barbed wire for a second.
No. It'd be cool. They're just going to wrap barbed wire over the top of it.
This is the first...
Or maybe even wrap it like in like a chain link fence.
This is the first post-Christian Cage feud that Adam Copeland has had.
He's the only one who's had it.
Yeah, other than with Christian. And I'd say I feel like they've done this really well. I mean, it's like they had this segment where Malachi Black appears next to fucking Adam Copeland after the Matt Cardona match, which is what I think what sparked the feud. There's another key moment where Adam Copeland is about to fucking concerto fucking Buddy Matthews, and then Malachi Black appears and then says, "Do it, fucking do it." And I feel like that was kind of badass, just to get Adam Copeland to have a darker side to him. And then they attack him and fucking steal his wedding band for some reason. I think just to play mental games or some shit like that, but it's just a fucking ring. Then again, yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense to play mind games with.
But then, as the day of recording, Adam Copeland gave Malachi Black a brood bath.
Which I've only seen a picture of, and that fucking picture was bloody as all hell. It splattered all across the ring canvas. It's not like kind of like a half-ass done one where it's like a big pile in the middle. It splattered to the edges. So they obviously fucking did good. So that's a good story. Malachi Black trying to fucking tease Adam Copeland's evil side, and then Adam Copeland fucking pouring blood on him. I feel like that's pretty good. And the match itself, I feel like should be really good.
Oh, it'd be really good, yeah.
I just run in AEW, I feel like has been a tad more nuanced than, like his short run AEW has been a tad more nuanced than the latter half of his WWE run.
Other than like the first year of his WWE run, the rest of it was kind of just
because the first year was the Randy Orton storyline, which was really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
But the latter half was like kind of like just jobbing to Roman Reigns,
Even the build up to Mania 37 was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just okay, cool. I just here.
And then the last match was him and Sheamus, which was really good.
Right.
But at the same time, there's no really continuous storyline because like the Judgment Day kind of muddied a large portion of that. And I saw Adam Copeland's interview with Chris Van Vliet, and it's because like he says he loves AEW more because in AEW he feels like he has direct control of its direction and where he goes.
Right.
And I feel like as time has progressed, we've come to realize that is. Well, at first, I thought that was for everyone on the roster, but as things progress, it should have been noticeable that it's only for a select few people on the roster where they get to choose where their storyline goes. Of course, Adam Copeland's going to get to choose where his storyline goes. Of course, Kenny Omega is. Of course, Chris Jericho is. So, of course, they will praise the company in that sense. But someone like a fucking who's someone on the fucking lower card? Miro. Like someone like Miro he's really good in the ring, but not a legend. Doesn't have the name as much as Copeland. So it does make sense a little bit, but at the same time, is what it is. Either way, going to be a really good fucking match for the TNT title, which the TNT title ever since Christian Cage has been revitalized, and having Copeland win. Who do you think should win?
Copeland should continue his run.
Yeah.
He brings like the legitimacy to the title. Not saying Malachi wouldn't, but Malachi just had a title. Like he didn't lose it too long ago.
What was it? Was it
the trios?
Oh, the trios.
Didn't feel like too long ago, at least.
Yeah.
Copeland just won this title. For the legend, keep the belt on for a while, have him run, like. Because Adam Copeland knows how to put over younger talent. Like they don't have to win, but he still put them over.
Yeah.
Like.
And also, like, it's just a marquee match. And Tony Khan actually listened to the fans with us yelling, give Malachi Black more singles matches, and then on a fucking pay-per-view, he has a singles match.
Right. And it's a high profile, too.
And a fucking specialty match. So he listened to us in that sense, so good on you, Tony Khan. And I like this match because either winner I'd be fine with, though, yeah, Adam Copeland should have the edge and probably win it. No pun intended.
Next up, AEW International title. Roderick Strong, Will Ospreay. It's going to be a good match, but I'm kind of upset because, or not Ospreay, Roddy just won the belt, and he's already, like, just hot potatoing it over to Will Ospreay.
The fucking Undisputed Kingdom is already fucking, like, they had that good rub with the title, and then, hasn't Adam Cole recently been, like, cleared?
I think so.
Alright, so why aren't we doing more with him?
I feel like he's going to attack Swerve after this.
I feel like Wardlow, yeah. Actually, him attacking Swerve would make sense, but then again, he wants Wardlow to go after the title, but that was only because he was injured, and now
Wardlow's never went after the belt.
And then, like, it's funny because my friend said to me, like, literally, Wardlow is only good for the Factor fucking storylines where he has to fucking fight his way out of a fucking group,
which is serious.
This is the only nuanced thing? Like the United Kingdom's actual presentation. No, the Undisputed Kingdom's actual presentation, I think, is badass. I love their theme song. I love the Titantron, and I love them the way they look as a group. It's just effectively they've done really next to nothing other than win the international title, and that's now being
and the ROH tags, which are nothing.
How could I forget?
Exactly though.
How could I
There's
forget?
nothing there with them.
How could I forget? And now it's immediately being given to Will Ospreay, which is
Here's the thing I don't like, and they have one with Okada too. They're good wrestlers, yeah, but why are they just coming in and instantly being given championships?
because it's like they're really fucking good, but like the problem is that you are serving to a very minor demographic within your fan base when you do these things that are very dirt sheet heavy fucking dictated fan base, which is only gonna make up like maybe 10 or 20% AEW, so maybe like 40% of your actual fan base. You're alienating people off away, and granted they are good talent, but like you need to understand that you need to grow more homegrown talent and build them up and have the people. That's what WWE does so well. They have people reset on the main roster. They have people build back up. Braun Breaker is not in the fucking King of the Ring tournament, and people saw that as a bad thing, but it forces them to do something with a character and present them and introduce them.
Right.
And with Will Ospreay, it's like with Will Ospreay Okada, oh, you had to watch New Japan to get this guy, but now he's here, so just fucking love him. And it's like you can't just skip that. You can't just skip that.
Yeah, he comes right in and he's given this title when you have people like Trent Beretta who've been there since day one and still never won a championship.
Fucking wild. It's genuinely fucking wild. So it's hard for people to invest their hearts in a storyline with someone that just showed up and is immediately getting slingshot up the card.
Yeah.
I liked how they did CM Punk. I was fine with how they did CM Punk.
They actually had Punk earn it.
Yeah, they had him a whole year, and they had him go through a lot of the fucking roster and have good storylines before winning the title. So even on that basis of CM Punk already being something, there was some build up to it. Now, was the payoff good? No, but no one could see that coming.
Right, that wasn't their fault that he got hurt.
Yeah, no, but it was their fault that he mentally broke down.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna love this match, and either way, good on them looking at Roderick Strong as someone that could hold the title, but he is the definition of the transitional champion, I guess, in the point of view. But Will Ospreay is gonna win it, and Will Ospreay, I love his matches. This is all just kind of structure-wise around the match itself, criticism rather than the criticism of the match itself.
The match will be good.
Yeah.
Next up, the first of our triple main event. I hate when they say that shit.
I thought WWE was the only one that did that.
Especially because this is a mid-card title, the TBS Championship. Why is this in a triple main event? Anyways, Will Nightingale, who I love, versus Mercedes Moné, who I hate.
Dog shit story. From what I saw, it's like it had the basis because it was Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné at like a New Japan show, and then Willow Nightingale fucking won the title because Mercedes Moné got injured halfway through. So there's that. I really genuinely don't know if they played off that at all. It doesn't seem like it from what I read. They could have. But all I know is Mercedes Moné fucking debuted, and then the first segment they had her in was her getting attacked after cutting a shitty promo. And then the lights go out, and when they come back on, who attacked her? Okay.
Wait, is Willow supposed to be like a heel on this?
I don't think it's been revealed who attacked her, which makes it confusing.
Fucking Britt Baker.
If it was Britt Baker, that would save the storyline. Because Britt Baker, I'm pretty sure she's cleared or she's pregnant. She must be pregnant because what the fuck?
Where's she been?
And I don't know. Mercedes Moné, I loved her in WWE. Have not really followed up with her all that fucking much, so I don't know her in-ring ability on the indies all that well.
She never even went to the indies. She did like three or four matches in Japan, and now she's here.
But all I know is, for one, her presentation has gotten kind of awful. I don't like her ring attires now. And two, her promo game has gotten kind of ass. So That's what I know about this match. Should it be a good match? I sure as hell hope so, because that's the only thing making me interested in Mercedes Moné in the slightest degree. But we can only hope.
And here's another thing, like we were talking about Will Ospreay. I feel like they're going to put Mercedes over, and this is what, her first match in the company? Second? Like, you bring in these people just because they were big somewhere else, and you put a belt on them instantly.
Because like
you have these people who have been here for so long, working their ass off, and they still haven't won titles.
And you want to know what really pisses me off even more? Like, in the fact they needed to make another women's title to justify having more than one women's match on the fucking show. That fucking kind of pisses me off a little bit too, because they need to have two titles in order to justify it, and the mid-card title of the women's division is put in priority over the actual world title of the women's division, which is kind of fucking crazy. So they just need titles. They need titles to fucking to actually engage in matches, which to be ultimately fair, that's like every one of these matches except two. But yeah, there's nothing more I can say. I like Willow Nightingale as a fucking character and as her fucking in-ring ability, and I think the fact that they're trusting that they're in these people that they should have a decent to good match, and I don't think that's what also makes this kind of wonky, because it feels like face versus face. So that makes it wonky too. So they have to be extraordinarily good to be able to pull off this match.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Anarchy in the Arena. I was interested until Eddie Kingston got hurt. We have the Young Bucks, Kazuchika Okada, and Jack Perry. I guess they're all just the Elites. So Jack Perry's the Elite now.
Yeah, Jack Perry's the Elite.
And then you got FTR, Bryan Danielson, and Darby Allin.
Darby Allin. Not gonna lie, the Elite storyline has been the only thing that has really fueled my interest in AEW as of recently, on a degree to where I would go out of my way to watch the segments. One that really got my attention was fucking Matt and Nick Jackson having a tag team match against Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal, them winning, and then them just straight up fucking firing Christopher Daniels on live television. I thought I liked that, and then Jack Perry fucking pouring a drink on Tony Schiavone's head. It genuinely feels like, okay, these guys are genuine dicks, have power, and they're taking advantage of everything. Which feels why Bryan Danielson's in this match, because he's like, you guys don't even fucking show up to Collision. You guys only work one night a fucking week. I fucking hate you. FTR being fueled by the fact that they have a fueled hatred for Jack Perry because of a person that cannot be named. And then Darby Allin.
Just because.
Well, yeah, because Eddie Kingston got fucking injured. But also, like, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Well, I mean, the way Darby left was technically against the Bucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the fucking Sting retirement. So, yeah, that does line up. But also on top of that, it's just the interest of, like, I'm going to go to Mount Everest and I might fucking die. And then my foot's broken. I just got hit by a fucking car. The next week, I'm going to wrestle at this fucking pay-per-view. Like, I genuinely love that. I fucking love that.
I hate it. I'm not a Darby Allin fan.
I am. I'm fully in support of Darby Allin because of the fact of him being a dumbass and putting his body and life on the line every single time he enters the ring. Respect. I respect the fuck out of it. And I don't, like, when I see a Darby Allin match as announced, I'm like, that's a reason to buy it. So, like, that's my point of view, genuinely. If I saw a one-on-one Darby Allin match on this card, I'd want to watch it. So who do we think's going over? It's probably
FTR, Danielson, and Darby. No.
Yeah,
the Elite's over.
Yeah, the Elite's probably going over just to double down on the storyline.
I feel like they put Darby in this to take the pin.
I mean, it would make logical sense.
Either Darby or Cash. I don't see Dax or Danielson getting the pin. But Jack Perry is going to get the pin. He won to.
Yeah, no, as he fucking should.
It has to be Jack Perry.
For how I feel like the New Japan stint did what I wanted for Jack Perry. As soon as I saw him in New Japan, I was like, okay, they're gonna use this to build up the controversy in a sense. And him returning to AEW really gave me like Brian Pillman vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Just the idea, it's like the closest to Brian Pillman because Brian Pillman running up to Vince McMahon and then fucking yelling at him in a live event, and then that being the fuel of why he got in the company. Him lying to fucking WCW about fucking faking he's not gonna get like faking that he's not gonna sign, but will come back to WCW, but then him still going over to WEF. That gives me the vibes of Jack Perry ripping up his fucking contract and then returning after everyone has fucking shit on him and fucking hates him. Him returning with the Young Bucks to be on the top fucking heel like group. I fuck with that heavy. Just the smile of him fucking costing the fucking FTR the titles. I don't know. That's why it makes me feel like the CM Punk first game release was the right thing for the sake of the storyline. Because I think it added some more fucking interest to it. But yeah, I mean, it's an Anarchy in an arena match. What do you expect? There's going to be a million different camera cuts. There's going to be a million things that we miss. But it will still be chaotic and fun.
In your main event, Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage.
Wait. Sorry. Also, one thing. They had Darby Allin come out with a fucking flamethrower at the end of Dynamite to hype this match up. If I do not see a man get burned alive,
or at least a flaming table.
At least a flaming table. But you get
Darby's
my point.
going through it.
But you get my point. The
Young Bucks are, instead of the thumbtacks or whatever, they're gonna light a shoe on fire and Super King. Like Joey Janela.
I would absolutely fucking love that. Darby Allin breaks his foot, gets hit by a fucking car, and then gets set on fire by a fucking flaming shoe. Flaming super kick. I honestly God, that's actually smart. I can see that happening.
The Young Bucks have said they want to do it.
Well, this is probably the match, and that is a good advertisement for the show itself. So if you want to see Darby Allin get kicked in the fucking face with a fucking flaming shoe, then fucking buy the show.
Anyways, Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage in the main event. I'm excited for this match. Christian Cage has done so much for AEW in the last year with the TNT title run, brought the TNT title back up to relevancy, and now he's in the main event. It's bad that when AEW, the one time they can probably build someone up with a mid-card title into the main event title, it's an already established star.
Yeah, but at the same time, give him respect. Because they did not immediately shoehorn a title out of him when he got in the company.
No.
He had an elongated feud, and he had actual build up to becoming a heel.
And he had a hell of a heel turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Father's dead. Oh.
So his fucking this is another star that they properly built up, which is why they care about him, because
Father of the Year.
Yeah, because Father of the Year.
When's he going to feud with David Benoit?
Don't say that. Don't say that. That's scary. No way. Oh my god, dude. That's a whole entire different subject of fucking David Benoit. But anyways, it should be a really good fucking match. I feel like these two are adverse to have a really good match with one another. Swerve Strickland. This is honestly got a good feud. It seemed a bit random at first, but overall it makes sense because Nick Wayne is fucking Christian Cage's underling, and about a year or two ago, Swerve Strickland broke into fucking Nick Wayne's fucking training facility, cut him open, and held a fucking glass shard up to his neck. So, kind of makes
remember
sense.
They also teamed up at All In.
Yeah.
Against Sting and Darby in the casket match.
And they lost. Yeah. So, so there's multiple layers as to why this fucking storyline makes sense off the fucking rip. And
it'll be a good match.
Yeah, so I mean, I think what always throws me off is when we're like a few weeks ahead, like a few weeks before the match. And I know I criticize them for I used to criticize people, or at least AEW, for not having a match card like a few days before the actual card. But it throws me off when right after a pay-per-view or on the pay-per-view itself, they're already announcing matches for the next pay-per-view. That feels thrown together off the rip. That's what AEW does all the fucking time. WWE rarely does it. The only two instances I can think of is Seth Rollins versus Omos, which they randomly announced had no storyline, and this most recent one with Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul. WWE rarely does it, but AEW does it all the fucking time, and it kind of throws me off. It's like, okay, so we had no story to justify this match. It's just
They'll announce
happening.
it, and then it'll start a storyline. Like, no, do the story, then announce it.
At least have a number one contendership match or something to justify it. It feels like Tony Khan's doing lines in the back and immediately being like, "This is going to be a fucking great match for the next card." Announce it.
Wait, we haven't announced this. We haven't done anything with these guys yet.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Just announce it.
I'm going to make a big announcement. My big announcement is next week there will be a big announcement.
So overall, this fucking card is looking decent to me. Is looking decent. And
That's a good show.
honest to God, if you ask me, are you gonna pay $50 for this? There are a lot of pay-per-views where I'm like, absolutely not. Like the last one, the only match I was really interested in was First Strickland, Samoa Joe, and fucking Danielson versus Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
This one has more matches. Maybe not as I'm intensely interested as in all of them as I was for that one match, but spread out throughout the card, which I prefer. I have a general interest in.
Yeah, there's only like 2-3 matches I have no interest in.
Yeah. So really good. I mean, a good job, AEW. I fucking what you said a few minutes ago fucking reminded me of something. So it's announced. It was announced that AJ Styles basically said next week, which is tomorrow or day of release. Next week, I'm going to talk to Nick Aldis about my whereabouts in the company and what I'm going to do next in the future. I commented they should just have a live confrontation between the two where Nick Aldis tells AJ Styles that creative has nothing for him.
They should. That'd be fucking great. Creative has nothing for you, AJ.
Creative has nothing for you, buddy. So I fucking died
I'll
laughing.
talk to Shawn Michaels on NXT.
You want to fucking work with Tama Tonga? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're not fucking.
How about go work with Gallows and Anderson on
Yeah.
NXT?
Actually, that's a good idea for a feud post, like the feud between the new bloodline versus the old bloodline. The new bloodline faces off against the OC. AJ Styles in the club.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a good fucking
heel and heel though.
they could easily turn AJ on the fucking club. Good guys.
So are we done with this one?
Yeah, we're done with that one.
Okay. So real quick, fucking, I know we're mostly about fucking the mainstream, but this is coming up. GCW's Tournament of Survival 9. I will be there. You won't be, but we're gonna get fucking violent. We're gonna get fucking violent. Like Head said, we're gonna get fucking violent. We're gonna get fucking violent.
Oh my god, that would have been bad if you went to stab that in there as my finger went into it. That would have been horrible.
I would never step. We're gonna get fucking violent.
Oh my Jesus, not the fucking. I don't even know what these things are fucking called.
It's a gusset plate.
Oh my fucking god, don't cut yourself, please. Oh god, okay. Alright.
Violence.
All I know is Head's being hurt, and I'm happy about that. So that I don't know anything about the Tournament of Survival. So
Brandon Kirk for the win. Also this weekend, WWE's King and Queen of the Ring. What are you laughing at?
nothing. We're just showing on the poster. That's all.
WWE's King and Queen of the Ring premium live event.
So here are the matches announced. We're gonna go down the card.
That is a beautiful poster.
It's all right. I mean, like it's kind of like you expect. It's like a normal poster. You see the same
There's
poster.
nothing super special.
You see the same poster every fucking time. Oh, there's a big city. Oh, you got a cool logo. Oh, you got some fucking stars. Boo fucking womp. I don't care.
Right, yeah, there's nothing special.
No,
about
dead
this
ass.
poster.
Get this shit off my fucking screen.
What are you laughing at? That's
Sami
funny.
Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed.
Why? So Bronson Reed can take the pin.
Bronson Reed can get pinned by Sami Zayn for Chad Gable to justify
They're
a
going to
rematch.
somehow hold this off till SummerSlam. I fucking know it.
Which is fine. If this is a way to get them to hold him off to SummerSlam for Chad Gable to win the
Give
title,
Sammy a decent run.
they fucking absolutely
Perk Gable, did you see the sign on Raw?
no.
Perk Gable, baby.
No, what I did see was after it was Sami Zayn versus Otis in a non-title match. No, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable in a non-title match. Chad Gable fucking bullies all of Alpha Academy to fucking interfere in the match, but they don't. He does the referee spot where he's like, go to the fucking back. Maxine Dupree. And then he goes out and fucking slaps Otis again. Goes for the grab style, tries hitting Sami Zayn with it, fucking gets reversed. Sami Zayn sets up for the Hoover kick, and Otis fucking clotheslines him, costing him the fucking match. And afterwards, along with Chad Gable's theme, the crowd is singing "You Suck." Fucking amazing. Fucking great. Also, I love this because it was so fucking wholesome in a way. Sami Zayn's in the fucking back, getting pissed off that he fucking got costed. Otis comes up. Sami Zayn is like fucking laying into him and being like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. Why are you here? And then Otis just says in the sweetest voice, I'm sorry, Sami. I really am. And then you see Sami Zayn be like, jeez, God, Otis, I know you're sorry. It's like Otis is the loving bear that everyone loves. And Sami Zayn can't help himself but not be pissed off at him. So I feel like
he knows Otis doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. So I think the entire Alpha Academy getting kind of fucking shifted is a good story beat to distract the fact that Bronson Reed's just randomly thrown in this. It's a good thing to just distract from the fact.
Bronson Reed and Otis, big meaty men smacking me.
Yeah, but also, to be fair, Bronson Reed also has been saying for the last few months that he wants to have a match for the IC title. He wants to be in the IC title division, so it makes sense in that sense as well.
And also, he can afford to take a pin.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm fine with the way they've been presenting Bronson Reed because it's like Ricochet. They're still losing, but they're at least having very good fucking matches. Like they're being put in long matches and being highlighted.
Yeah.
Wish they did the same for Shinsuke Nakamura, but that is another day to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Next one is Becky Lynch versus Liv fucking Morgan. Yeah, I mean, you have Liv Morgan, like Becky Lynch being like, hey man, you're just not a good person, and Liv Morgan being like, what are you talking about? It's just basically Liv Morgan being the arrogant asshole. She had a nice retort to the what chants, because the crowd was whatting her, and then she said, oh, no wonder you guys can't hear me. Your heads are so far shoved up Becky Lynch's ass. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting spin on the fucking what chance. And then it's like Liv Morgan's revenge tour. I feel like Becky Lynch had a good fucking comeback for that. Of like, okay, so what's after the revenge tour's done? Like with this title, I am a main eventer. With you, when you win this title, what are you going to do? I feel like that was a nice story. Yeah. Either way, I see Liv Morgan winning this title at this stage. Because if she doesn't, what even is the fucking point anymore of trying to get behind Liv Morgan? Like, genuinely, she has failed and failed and failed. She won the title and then got fucking booed, and it was fail. And then she injures the world champion and now gets a match for it. Just throw the fucking title on her at this point, dude.
I can't stand Liv Morgan. I've never been able to. And everyone was like, you're fucking crazy. Why don't you love Liv Morgan? Who was right?
I also want to see her succeed, so that's my stance on it as well.
I don't care about Liv Morgan.
A little bit. My thing is, with the women's division, so many of the fucking people in the division are getting swamped underneath the tag division that anyone that stands out, even a little bit, I'm behind just to add more stars. Liv Morgan is someone that stands out.
Yeah, because other than that, it's going to be single stars thrown into a tag team because they're not real tag teams. And that's about it. The only real tag team you have is the Kabuki Warriors. And you got Katana Chance and Jaden Carter.
Yeah.
There's no other real tag team.
Because even Chelsea Green and fucking Piper Niven are a thrown together tag team.
Right, they're just entertaining.
Yeah.
But they are a thrown together tag team. The dogs are getting in trouble.
I'll get dogs in trouble. But next one, yeah, I want Liv Morgan to win.
I want Becky to win, but she won't.
Yeah. Just to make the fucking storyline more entertaining and to make it so that when Rhea Ripley returns, she can beat the living shit out of Liv Morgan. I'm really interested to see how, when Rhea Ripley returns, how the infidelity storyline with Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio is going to be held. because it's been very subtle, but like in the background, there's been clear signs of Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio having infidelity.
I didn't know that. I don't pay attention.
So I'm interested to see how that turns because like I'm fine with Rhea Ripley after Liv Morgan holds the title for a bit, has some actual legitimacy behind a title run. Rhea Ripley comes back and just destroys the fuck out of her.
Less than a minute.
I would not see that, but
Liv Morgan gets 0 offense. Squash. Rhea Ripley new champion.
That doesn't make a star.
You don't need one. They would already both be stars. Well, Rhea is already a star. I don't know if Liv will.
Then again, I mean, Bianca Belair's a star. She lost to Becky Lynch in like 15 seconds. So that's fair.
To be honest, that kind of made her. She already was before them, but
that definitely doubled down.
Yeah.
And then that was like a year-long storyline on top of that.
Squashes, if done correctly, can be really good.
But do you think Vince McMahon, because that was when he was in power, do you think Vince McMahon really looked that far ahead?
It was clear that they wanted Becky and Bianca to still feud all the way to Mania.
Okay, all right, that is
Because they didn't stop feuding and go back to it. They kept feuding.
Okay, got you. All right. Next match is going to be Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax or Bianca Belair. It's going to be Bianca Belair versus Lyra Valkyria. It's like, give the fucking win to Lyra Valkyria.
It won't.
Also, there's this weird thing where like there's like speculation that Bianca Belair is like pregnant. If she's fucking pregnant, she's not going to be wrestling a fucking match.
What if?
Because Montez Ford has been saying things of like, I'm having another baby. Or at least hinting at it a little bit, supposedly, through some subliminal things.
Dawkins said something about like protection or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not.
Well, no, because you never know. On Friday, they could do some shit like she can't compete. Jade Cargill comes back and gets revenge against Nia.
But my thing is, these rumors were happening before last week. If this is true, and Bianca Belair is wrestling with a pregnancy, I'm not even going to entertain that idea because that is so fucking preposterous. Like that is beyond, like that's what's fucking me up because I feel like this is a rumor because I feel like it actually be kind of fucked up if she is. She got kicked in the stomach specifically in one of the matches too.
Yeah, if she is, like, come on.
If she turns out to be, I'm gonna kind of look at Bianca Belair a little bit different. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And
also like how WWE runs stuff. But I have the faith of the 90% that she's not pregnant. These are just rumors. And maybe Montez is indicating, like, I want to have a kid.
Maybe he's just playing with him.
Maybe he's just playing with him or indicating, like, we're going to try for a kid after the Queen of the Ring, when she's rested. Which is why I'm fine with Lyra Valkyria winning over Bianca Belair, them going off and having their fucking pregnancy. That'd be a fine thing. Because then it would force them to fucking trust Jade Cargill with a match that's more than 2 or 3 fucking minutes.
Which they shouldn't ever do.
If they're going to present her as a star, she needs to wrestle as a star.
Who said she needed to be a star?
I did. Because, again, women's division, so little stars, Jade Cargill has the potential in the looks. And, my God, it needs it.
She doesn't have it in the ring.
But that's why I'm saying to give her more time in the ring to fucking get better.
NXT. That's what it's made for.
Man. Actually, no, he does have a fucking point. Yeah, he does have a point too, but I'd rather just see her in NXT at this point. But then again, her presentation's made for main roster.
So was Braun Breaker from the start.
He has a good point. So
same with Carmella Hayes.
He has a good point. Anyways, so yeah, he's saying Bianca's probably going over. I'm saying Lyra's going over, and
she should.
And the website that I got this, like we were going over the match card. The website said that fuck it, they thought Nia Jax was gonna go over.
Watch, we're gonna get fucked over. Nia Jax is gonna go over.
If Nia Jax goes over, it's just like, I guess you can work with that as a gimmick, but it's still gonna be a goofy.
I would fucking hate it. I hate Nia Jax.
I hate her promos and I hate her voice, but at the same time, I hate her voice. I don't hate her promos necessarily because the promos are supposed to drive heat, but I just don't like her. But at the same time, this iteration of her character is way better than the former one. Because with the former one, she was tagging with Shayna Baszler and losing a shit ton of matches. If you're going to present her as a monster, have her be a fucking monster. her winning against Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch winning her back over her made Becky Lynch even feel more important. So it was like, okay, that's fine. Next match is going to be Gunther versus Randy Orton or Tama Tonga.
It'll be Orton.
It's gonna be Orton. I'm surprised to have Tama Tonga over LA Knight, but you want to add not prestige. You want to add legitimacy to Tama Tonga's character, which confuses me why you would want to add fucking legitimacy to his character when he's in the backstage fucking roaming around like a goddamn gremlin. Those fucking noises may be unique, but I thought it was fucking corny as hell.
Yeah.
It was a bit much. Not gonna lie. Maybe not feel that intimidated by him when he's fucking growling like a fucking cat that just got fucking bit and it's
I would
fucking.
have rather had him laugh.
Yes. Or like, yeah, or at least fucking not make anything but make that fucking noise. Because that noise kind of killed it for me a little bit. It's just crazy that you have like LA Knight, the biggest rising megastar, ready to fucking win the King of the Ring, and the guy that beats him is in the backstage going. It's like,
Right, bro. Like what?
Okay, so it's like it's gonna be Gunther versus Randy Orton, and the person that's probably going over in this is Gunther.
Yeah.
As he
I wouldn't be mad if Randy won. I'd just be a little mad that Gunther lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be mad if Randy won. But also, Randy Orton's my favorite. So
Also,
no, Gunther needs it. Randy doesn't need it.
I'm actually not too annoyed either way where it goes, but it's like Randy Orton's on the latter half of his career. Gunther's still on the.
Yeah.
He's still on the rise.
Randy wouldn't. Randy as King of the Ring, I don't feel like would work as a babyface, and at this point in his career.
Yeah.
Gunther's fit for that gimmick. Like that's perfect.
Yeah, and then I feel like with that gimmick, he has to still get us. He has Ludwig Kaiser. He needs to get some more underlings. Like he
How
doesn't.
the fuck did you get rid of Vinci?
For Vinci to go to SmackDown and do that.
I like Vinci.
I think that's why they're going to try and put him as a single star on SmackDown.
He's gonna like jump.
Also, notice something I just remembered. Ever since the draft, we have still not seen Odyssey Jones. We have still not seen Odyssey fucking Jones. The guy's kind of fucking wild. Like the thing on the whole time, he's on the fucking. They should remind you. Yeah, he's on the roster to just not fucking use him again.
I have a complaint.
Shoot off, buddy. It's your show.
Where the fuck is Omos?
Where he belongs. At home on the fucking couch.
Need more Omos. Hashtag we want Omos.
Who's we? Who's we?
Every
Who's we?
single person who is a good human being.
I'll probably be a fucking shitty human being if that's the case, though.
You're an homophobe.
I don't want to see him on my fucking screen.
You're an homophobe.
Unless he's doing something interesting. I'm sorry, but
Put a belt on him.
it annoys me. It annoys me when they have a monster and they're not treated like a monster. And the last thing I saw was him lose to that fucking jabroni, fucking Seth Rollins, the clown emoji, Seth Rollins. They had him lose.
Which they shouldn't have done.
There was a random ass fucking match, and I don't know what the fucking purpose of it was, other than to give Omos experience in the ring, which he has been with.
To put Seth Rollins on the card in front of reporters.
He's literally been with the company technically for like
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Because his first appearance I think was on Raw Underground as the fucking bouncer.
His first appearance on TV because he did like a couple dark matches in that NXT house shows.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's the only issue with having a monster.
And then he did like the ninjas. Appeared as Ninja. And stayed on with the Big Show that led nowhere.
You know, Omos, honestly, he should. Was he drafted?
No.
If they
Second year in a row.
Raw already has a big man in Braun
Even
Strowman.
if you put him on NXT, I just want more Omos.
If you're gonna have him on anywhere, have him on SmackDown. He's already too much of an established star, and NXT does not need a giant squashing the developmental talent. So just throw him on SmackDown and do something with him. But yeah, so Gunther's going over, probably winning the King of the Ring tournament. Main event. Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. Huh?
Is there only 4 matches?
No, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What am I missing here? Oh, I forgot we talked about that one. Never mind.
Kind of crazy to go all the way to Saudi Arabia just to have 5 matches. Kind of caught. Though they can always add like a pre-show match or something.
Well, isn't SmackDown actually happening in Saudi Arabia? I feel like I remember seeing something about a SmackDown or a Raw in Saudi Arabia.
I don't fucking know. I mean, it would make it a lot fucking. That's what they've been doing recently when they go fucking do excursions.
Right.
They have the fucking SmackDown in the arena of where the pay-per-view is going to be held.
Yeah. I'm checking the location of SmackDown.
Going on cage match for this one, boys.
Yes, Jesus. Wait.
No, that's not.
What's the date? The 22nd. So.
Already done one.
Yeah, SmackDown's in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, well that makes it a little better for them. I think that's actually something they've done as recent as after Vince leaving too. They've started holding SmackDowns in the event.
Country, yeah.
Which is fucking smart.
We take the SmackDown that morning.
Yeah.
Get it out. That's cool.
So yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Instead of having to because the odds are the results aren't going to get out that far within a couple of hours before it goes live on TV.
Yeah.
When it's a week before, by the time it airs, everyone fucking knows what happened.
So yeah, main event: Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. At least you would assume it's the main event, being that it's for the WWE title.
Honestly, I'd rather have Gunther Randy main event.
I'd be fine with that as well. Originally, it was advertised and it was being talked about as if it was going to be for both WWE and US title. It is not. Be fair, in storyline, they did have Logan Paul rip up the contract, be a shit fucking like an asshole heel, and be like, well, I never agreed to having a match for my US title, but I will have a match for your WWE title. If they knew that was going to be the case, I guess it was just to get the heat on fucking Logan, but still, why advertise it or talk about it at all as if it's going to be for both titles if that's not the case?
They probably wanted to advertise it as that, but then they realized, oh shit, we can't really put this US title on Cody Rhodes.
Why not? Not fucking
because he probably just need to vacate it.
No.
If he won the US first and then won the WWE title, then vacated the US title, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
With him being the WWE champion, won the US title, why?
Because my father was never the Grand Slam champion.
His father was like a 6-time US champion,
but never a Grand Slam. And that's what counts. But no, they're obviously going to have Cody Rhodes go over in this. And obviously, I kind of saw it as a red herring when Logan Paul and LA Knight were in the backstage talking to each other that it was not going to be like he wasn't losing the U.S. title.
This is going to be a good match, but like, who cares?
I do.
I like Logan Paul, but like, why is he in? Logan Paul has been the United States champion for about 200 days now with 2 defenses.
Has it been 2?
2 in 200 days.
That's pretty shit.
He's making Roman Reigns look like a full-time wrestler, which Roman Reigns doesn't have to be. If you're the world champion,
yeah,
you don't really need to wrestle on every show.
Mm.
The United States title, the United States and Intercontinental titles are supposed to be the workhorse titles of their brand. Logan Paul has defended the title twice, and I think he's at about 200 days right now.
Yeah, no, that is pretty fucking shit.
Gotta be at 200 days.
Yeah, you can look that up. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, again, it's a thrown together match where I said earlier I don't really care for, but they rarely ever do it, so okay. I was just more so looking forward to the match just because of the fact that it's Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. I think that in itself is going to be a good match. 201 days.
That's the time
Look at the fucking matches. Yeah, you're right. They had Logan Paul beat Rey Mysterio for a title change, and they had Logan Paul beat Kevin Owens via DQ at Royal Rumble, and then Logan Paul defeats Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. 2 defenses.
2 defenses.
And one of them he didn't even fucking win right. We won by DQ. He got DQ.
Kevin got DQ, but like he didn't pin anybody.
Yeah. Which Kevin Owens never got the rematch. Oh, I know he did at WrestleMania.
Just to get pinned.
Just to get fucking pinned. But again, it's going to be a good match. And to be fair, all the matches on this card are going to be good matches. So I can see it being a good show and something I'm probably going to fucking watch because I don't think I'll have anything to do in the latter half of the day. Actually, no, wait. Well, I mean, it's going to air fucking early as
I
fucking.
might watch it like later on and skip through. Like that's what I normally do with the Saudi shows. Like I'll like turn it on around like 8 or 9 o'clock, skip through what I don't care about.
What is the airtime?
1 p.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I might watch it, but who knows? I have a graduation party to go to, so who knows when that starts.
The only match I probably watch is Randy and Gunther, and probably this match because it'll be a good match.
Yeah.
I just don't care because like I hate like obviously a match is gonna be predictable, especially for us wrestlers. But like I hate when it's like 100% obvious. Like there's no fucking way Logan Paul's winning this match.
Because if he does, it is the definition of the shits.
Right.
The definition of the shits. Honest to God, really, I have a reason to look forward to every match on this card. Like the women's match, the Queen of the Ring match. That's Queen of the Ring. King of the Ring plus has Gunther and Randy Orton. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I want to see Liv Morgan win the title. Sami Zayn versus Shaggy versus Bronson Reed is bound to be a really good match.
That'll be good. I'll probably watch that one too.
And Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul bound to be a good match. So they did a good job at having me care about wanting to see every match on this card. But yeah, just two more things I wanted to bring up. Just two more things. It's two small things. I mean, you can go over the very important. Very important.
600th fucking time, the same fucking match.
No, I mean it's really.
This is supposed to be our who cares segment, but like, I'm genuinely pissed off. So anybody who knows me or watches this knows I am a diehard GCW fan. As people, I love both of these guys. As a champion, Blake Christian has been so fucking boring as the world champion. By the time this show happens, he'll be at 1 year as champion. It's the same match every fucking time, the same finish. I'm fucking tired of it.
I can understand.
Joey Janela doesn't walk out champion, which I think this is already like the third time he's challenged Blake Christian for the title.
It's also because GCW runs so many fucking shows.
GCW runs every fucking weekend, twice a weekend, all a bunch of different towns. It's cool for them traveling all over, but you're running out of shit to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I also but to be fair, I mean, I would assume Blake Christian defends on almost every one of those.
Blake defends a decent amount, but he also misses a decent amount because he's signed to Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, I fucking.
So like, to a point, it's just come on.
Yeah, 354 fucking days so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
He's had 40 defenses at the time of recording.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And majority of the matches are like 10 to 20 minutes, which I mean actually should be that should be kind of the basis for a champion, but still.
But like the last time these two wrestled went 30.
Yeah.
And Blake just won. Like,
it would only make sense for this to be a third match if Joey Janela is going to take the title off him, which you probably do not see happening.
I think Joey takes it, but there's also that feeling. Like,
well, what was the first defense? Like, go earlier in the.
So I feel like he defended it earlier against him. Maybe he did. Okay, he did. But these guys have faced off so many fun times.
Yeah, in the context of just being in GCW together.
They're advertising it as Joey's last shot, so Joey's gonna win.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Well, yeah.
But there's also that thought like, I feel like he might not win.
Okay, dude, listen. The last defense before this one was against Danhausen. They're scraping at the bottom of the barrel.
And here's the thing: they put Danhausen over. They have general manager Matt Cardona come out and say, "Bullshit! Restart the match," and Blake wins.
Yeah, they're really scraping at the bottom of the barrel with this one, boys.
What the fuck are you doing?
They're really scraping at the bottom of the barrel with this one, boys. Not only is it Danhausen, but they have Danhausen beat him and then have him restart the match. Yeah, that's a sign for a new champion.
We need a new champion desperately.
That is, Yeah, I don't even watch GCW just that much, but like just off that basis, if you told me, yeah, so our world champion lost to Danhausen and the manager had to general manager had to come out and restart the match to have the champion win. Yeah, that champion is about to fucking lose the title. Not because I don't think Danhausen is a good worker, but just generally.
Danhausen's not a good wrestler. He's a character only.
Okay. Well,
Have you seen him wrestle?
I saw that one match where he brought out like the bloody teeth in a jar.
So you saw the drizzling shits of the drizzling shits. So I just want to go on my little rant.
That's right. That's
what
right.
were you two?
And just the two, very kind of off string. The first one's kind of fun. I forgot that Reggie even got released, so I saw him promoted for a GCW show.
Yeah, I didn't even know he got released.
GCW and Reggie's character in WWE does not seem like it meld well, but then again, indie versions of wrestlers are different from WWE counterparts at times. So
that's GCW, they'll do it. They like gimmicks.
So yeah, no, I'm happy with that. And then something I'm not happy about, which could be the final one. Sonya Deville's return. Sonya Deville's return. Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna fucking sit on a soapbox and act like I'm the biggest Sonya Deville fan. I like her character. I like the way she looks, and the way that she wrestles at times. But it's not like I have this diehard support of her. All I know, she fucking leaves due to fucking injury. Is on the show for like 8 to 9 fucking months.
I felt like longer than that for me.
And then I know she's not a face, so it doesn't make sense for her to come out to get a pop, but you know she'd get a fucking pop. It just seems like a disservice to her to have her return only be Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark fucking coming down a hallway, and then have them slowly pan the camera over to her to offer something to them. Zoe Stark be like, oh yeah, and then Shayna Baszler would be like, no. And then walking away and then panning the camera back over to Sonya Deville just smiling. Okay, you bring a little bit of intrigue there. A little bit of fucking intrigue there, but at the same time, do that after she fucking returns or something in front of a live fucking audience. Because before, she was just treated as a women's tag team wrestler. Before then, she was just a general fucking manager. And it didn't seem like she was being treated right. The last time I felt like she was genuinely being treated right was when she was in that storyline with fucking Mandy Rose and Otis and Dolph Ziggler. Because I actually like that storyline, honestly.
That was a beautiful storyline.
That was a good storyline. But they've done nothing with her since. Not expecting she'd be a fucking face. But at least let her get the fucking pop that she fucking deserves for putting in the fucking work. That's all I'm saying. That's all I will say. And yeah, it pisses me off. Because I feel like they're going to degrade her back down to because that way that immediately does is immediately slot her back in the women's tag team division, which is an immediate void down the card. So it's like we're trying to make stars out of the women's division, and that's kind of fucking crazy that you would do that instead of having her maybe attack someone who's on the Raw roster that is a face that needs a good fucking storyline right now. I feel like we can fucking look it up, and I'm going to look it up just to prove a fucking point. Because fuck this, not W2K24. I'm sorry, I fucking need to do this. W roster. I'm trying to genuinely see how I would fucking do this because I feel like there was so much of a better way. You could have even had her tap fucking what was it? Fucking Becky Lynch. That would have been someone. Fucking.
They don't have anybody.
They have to have at least one. They have to have at least one strong woman's face that is not Becky Lynch.
Oh, they don't.
That's why I said we need to make stars to have more importance in our fucking treating of people that just returned. My point was defeated, but you could have had a return on SmackDown as well.
Well, no, your point was proven because what the fuck?
We go down this entire card, this entire roster.
You have two. One of them's injured and one of them's a women's champion.
Yeah, you couldn't have got. No, not really. Like, you should have like a face to attack to make a fucking star, and they really only have Becky Lynch
and Rhea. And Rhea's hurt. Becky's the champ.
So why not have her return as a fucking face? You have Zelina Vega, but that wouldn't do shit.
I mean, she's not a top face.
Let's try fucking SmackDown. They have to have some shit on SmackDown where it's like, who the fuck should no.
Bianca, I mean, she's not in a real tag team.
But she's not really necessarily. She's kind of storyline, kind of not.
Yes.
Unless she is in the Queen of the Ring.
Naomi.
You could have had her attack Naomi. I feel like after a match, you could have had her attack her. And that's about it. Okay. And Naomi. I don't think Naomi's doing anything right now.
I think the last time Naomi was in the company, she feuded with Sonya for like 8 months, so no one wants to see that either.
All right. Well, double-edged sword on my part for trying to prove that fucking point.
But no, that is proof the point. Do better.
Do better.
Women's division.
Make stars. And don't immediately throw them into the women's tag team division as a fucking, like, because when I saw them all three together, it was like, okay, could have been a decent stable, but at the same time, make her more legitimate. Maybe that's what they're setting up for, but they could have did it even better.
We shouldn't have women's tag titles in WWE.
I can agree at this point, you need to replace the women's tag titles with a women's mid-card title. Like they
NXT with the women's North American.
They're literally doing it in NXT, and I understand that would mean you would need to make it for both brands in some sense, but like, just give the fucking single star of the Raw women's roster and SmackDown women's roster that fact a better chance to stand the fuck out and not be in the void of the women's tag division. And with that, it has been the Prince and me, which means that me and the Prince were in it. And
me and
that's no, I mean
the Prince and me.
Yeah. But that's what don't start that. I've had enough here with people coming in here and saying no, I'm me, no, I'm me, no, I'm me, no, I'm me. What is that? I was about to smack the fuck out of it, but I realized it had sharp things in it. Oh my god!
I'm trying to open these scissors.
Jesus, fuck
They're gonna break.
Yeah, don't break it. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is in the head? It's like some fucking thin fabric. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, yeah, it has been the Prince and Me podcast with the Prince and Me, which means me and the
sharp object.
Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast, and I really hope that you out there in the no, wait, one more thing. Wait, one more. I have a beautiful day. I love you.
You have to put the thing up. Just
have a good day, a good night, a good life.
What am I doing?
See ya.